Okay, hi there everybody. Here we are. I'm going to answer the comments that came in since last night. Okay, so, Navineth. Sir, could you please explain about these terms, when to use and how to use should have been ing, could have been plus ing, would have been plus ing. So, let's see. I should have been working, but I was doing something else. So the boss came into the office, and he caught me playing video games when I should have been working. Okay, so this is an obligation that I had in the past. It's something I should have been doing, but I wasn't doing it. I was talking to my friend when I should have been studying. Okay, so there's something else that I needed to do that it was expected that I was going to do, but I wasn't doing it. Dear oh dear. Could have been. So, yeah, I was working when I could have been sitting on the beach. Yeah, so I chose to do one thing instead of another, but it's saying that in the past another possibility exists. So, for example, yes, my friends asked me to go out to dinner, and I sat at home eating baked beans when I could have been having a delicious dinner. So it's saying another alternate reality. Yeah. If I had chosen differently, I could have been doing something else. I could have been enjoying myself on the beach. Yeah, there was another possibility that existed. Okay, and then would have been. Okay, would have been doing. Yeah, so this is also talking about another possibility. Yeah, but this is certain. If something hadn't happened, then something else would have been happening. If I had gone to university, I would have been enjoying myself with other students. Yeah, I would have been, if I had passed, I would have been given. Well, I would have been. If I had got the job, I would have been working in a foreign country. Okay, so these are talking about alternate pasts. Should have been doing an alternative obligation, could have been an alternative real possibility, and would have been working an alternate reality. Okay, Sherwin, the company left me well with my dignity. Left me well with my dignity. Okay, they left me well. Yeah. Or maybe I would probably say I left the company well with my dignity. Okay, so Holida. Procrastination vitiates many students' scores. Yeah, if you procrastinate, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. So that's a good example, Holida. Okay, Natalia. I feel like I'm punching above my weight when I try to solve the difficult one the first 20 times. Okay, the difficult one. I feel like I'm punching above my weight when I try to solve, I would probably say, something difficult the first 20 times, when I try to do something new the first 20 times, and then it gets easier because you get accustomed to it. So Tyler Marchus. Okay, you love the way I explain these fancy words. I'm glad you like them. So let's click that. Yeah, and Sherwin. Morals are very difficult to uphold indeed. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's very easy to get vitiate. Hi, Chris. Okay. The magistrates remained characteristically phlegmatic until I voiced a criticism of the state. Then he became excited, the magistrate single. Okay, yeah, that's a great example of phlegmatic. Yeah, the magistrate's phlegmatic. He doesn't change until you actually say something he doesn't like. Okay. Nose mask makes sense in the cold weather. So, nose mask. I guess you could say nose mask. I would probably say face mask. And I would make this plural. Face masks make sense in the cold weather. Okay, yes, because it's probably very cold where you are. Nitu. To flatter his beloved, he first sent her a billet doux, expressing his fervent love for her, along with a bouquet of roses and a bottle of wine. Later the same evening, he regaled her with soft music and her favourite food. They together savoured each moment of the special evening. So they together savoured. I would prefer this together at the beginning. Together they savoured each moment of the special evening. Okay, Roland. The human spirit has been vitiated by greed. A great example. Ashcat, good morning. Not spending much time playing outside could vitiate the mental growth, uncountable, of children. Growths, I think, as accountable is something that's growing. There are some strange polyps, some growths inside my nose. Okay, flesh, definitely Cheyenne. This is the answer to this one. Well done. Akshat. Even though she has got great acting skills, her beautiful face vitiates her acting skills. When talking about her films, most of the critics brush aside her talent and only talk about her beauty. Okay, a couple of little things here. So even though she's got great acting skills, her beautiful face vitiates. So instead of them, vitiates them. When talking about her films, most of the critics brush aside her talent and only talk, no S because critics, about her beauty. Suraj. His bad diet, his bad diet and laziness vitiated his health, which later led to this is an adjective, diabetes and blood pressure. Which later led to diabetic and blood pressure issues. Okay, I think you probably led to blood pressure and diabetic issues. You really want this diabetic next to the issues, blood pressure and diabetic issues. Okay, Suraj again, yeah. His bad diet and laziness vitiated his health, which led to, you've changed it here, diabetes and high blood pressure. That's much better, well done. So, Nirmala, thank you for watching from Malaysia. Great to have you. Danny Dolaz, okay, great to have you watching Vitiate. Thank you. Okay, so part 4, one about rhetoric. This one, as you see, I've answered. I've got a video about rhetoric. The way to find my videos is to go to YouTube, type I swear English, and then next to that, the word that you want. Yeah? If you do it in Google, a lot of my videos don't turn up. But if you do it in YouTube, in the YouTube search box, almost everything comes up. Okay, Giliola. When organising a conference, the speaker must absolutely have great communication skills, charisma and creativity in order to regale the participants. Good. Must absolutely have. The speaker, I would put this absolutely before the must. The speaker absolutely must have. Yeah, because this is an absolute must, is what you're trying to say. Yeah, the speaker absolutely must have. It's a better word order. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, definitely. Okay, and Nitu says, good one, Giliola. I agree as well. Okay, hi there, Neog. Tis the time of year, the time when the Empyrean darkling reigns supreme. Okay, and underneath harbours a niveous land. The forswunk oaks, I'm not sure about this word forswunk, I'd have to look it up. Oaks and pines outstretch their foliages high aloft in the esperance, in the hope of begging alms, charity, for the effulgent rays of the sun, the strong rays of the sun. A famished little boy peers through the window of the house where Scrooge has been remonstrating, arguing, telling off, criticising with his nephew over the futility of Christmas celebration. The boy, in unalloyed anticipation, begins to sing Merry Christmas in a bid to regale them. Scrooge reports contumaciously, argumentatively, bah, humbug, be gone. That's a very, very good piece of writing, Neog. I love it. I'm going to have to look up this word forswunk. So, well done, Neog. No mistakes, no silly mistakes. Yes. Okay, Navineth. Oh, no regaling now. I'm too busy. Yes, that's a good example. I love it. And Navineth again. Nostradamus was an astrologer who had prescient the future with his poetry quotes about what would happen in the future. Who had, can we use to prescient as a verb? Who has presciented the future. I would say who had prescience about the future. Yeah, who had presciented the future. Okay, Patricia. Would that I were a werewolf and that I were with Michael Jackson in Thriller. Okay, I love this would that I were. Would that I were means I wish. Great English, Patricia. My doggy ate my homework. I ate my doggy, and now Sir Alex-Henri Maxime is envisaging a vote of no confidence for some of the students. Okay, very definitely. Yeah, my dog ate my homework. It's a very common excuse. Okay, good morning, Fran. Thanks for regaling us with your stories and videos. You're always helping. It's my pleasure. Okay, Mohammed. At the root of, I've heard this combination used before. What does it mean literally? So the root is the bottom of a plant, the bit that goes into the earth. So it's the base for something that gives rise or causes everything else. So, I don't know, greed is the root of the problem, the base of the problem, the cause of the problem. A bad diet is at the root of the problem. A lack of money is at the root of the problem. Their out loud talking alienates me a lot, so I told them, for crying out loud, for Pete's sake, stop talking loudly while I'm working on a project. Okay, so out loud is an adverb, and adverbs go after the verb, and here the verb is talking. Therefore, they're talking out loud. Notice the spelling of there as well. Okay, that's a good example of alienate. AJ Raj, I regaled watching your English vocabularies. I regaled. Um, I think, let's see, I regaled. No. Um, to provide somebody with. So, your English vocabulary is uncountable, regaled me with new words. Okay, so I was regaled. That would make it work. Make it passive, AJ. I was regaled watching your English vocabulary videos. Normally, vocabulary is uncountable. Mohammed, being in a Minecraft when it's used figuratively, what's the meaning it gives? So, as far as I know, Minecraft is a video game. I'm not sure what it means being in a Minecraft. It's not a phrase I know. Minecraft. I'm certain Minecraft's a video game. A mindset, perhaps. Incarnation of, spawn of, the spawn of the devil. Careful with your spelling as well, Mohammed. You need to put a spell corrector in English. Okay, the spawn of the devil, frog spawn, to lay eggs. Honestly speaking, I was just searching for the meaning of the phrasal verb hasten up, but I ended up learning this one, to hush up. Because I didn't find the main one. So hasten. Okay, hasten. To hasten means to go faster. Yeah? It's one of these verbs. Haste means speed. And if you add en, then you get a verb. Wide, widen. Length, lengthen. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, yes, this question from Neog about time and tide wait for no man, time and tide wait for none, or should this be wait or waits? Well, I've actually answered you, but time and tide wait or waits. I think they're both fine. It depends if you consider this time and tide as one unit or two different units. And I think depending what you want to mean, use wait or waits. Okay. So, akshat. Hello, I've created could have. I've created sentences using could have. Nowadays, a prankster like him pulls the chair away as someone is going to sit, only for them to fall on the ground, and calls it a prank. He must be punished. Those from whom he pulled the chair. Those from under whom he pulled the chair could have been badly hurt. Yeah? I think it would have probably been easier just they, because it's clear. Those from under whom he pulled the chair could have been badly hurt. Or they could have had some physical injuries. They could have received some physical injuries, which could have worsened. Or they could have already had some physical injuries, which could have worsened good after falling down. Or those women who fell down. Yes. So, or if it was a woman who fell down, she could have been pregnant. Yeah, okay. You've definitely used the idea of could have. Yeah? So this must have happened. It's a logical deduction. Could have, a possibility. Would have, a certainty. Okay, Luke Roberts. You saw my segway video. Look at the pronunciation of this word, segway. How do these letters make segway? I guess ue, yeah? Okay, I'm glad you like the segway definition. It was outstanding. It was outstanding album. Does that all the time. It was outstanding. It was an outstanding video. Okay, and Luke Roberts. Segway also means in music to continue without stopping. Yes, to transfer from one piece of music to another. It segues from one piece into the next. I was listening to Sanctify by Delirious and I skipped the track, Sanctify. And when I was starting on Deeper, and when it was going on deeper, when it was continuing on deeper, the first I heard the end of the very first track, Sanctify, but it still counted as a separate track. But that's why Segway is very important on the album, and that's true. So thank you, Luke. Okay, Mohammed. Traffic is uncountable. There was tons of traffic the other day, and I tried to take another road in order to get to work on time. But there was Bedlam's uncountable. There was Bedlam on this road, though. Even though, 2 words, there were many traffic officers, they were sitting behind the wheel. They were sitting on the curb. They were sitting behind the wheel, not doing any important things. Would be easier, not doing anything important to make the situation better. Okay, butterfinger. We normally use this plural, butterfingers. I'm a real butterfingers. Everything slips out of my hands. I'm clumsy. I'm ham-fisted, a fist. Okay. Brokenhearted is so familiar to me, whereas downhearted is quite new to me. So brokenhearted is much stronger. If you're downhearted, you're just a bit depressed. If you're brokenhearted, it's really strong. When the opposition team scored a goal in the first 5 minutes, I was a bit downhearted. Okay, in order to make more profits, he conflated the 2 products and raised the price, though. Lose this, though. In order to make more profits, he conflated the 2 products and raised the price. Okay, VG, good, you're watching these. That's really good. Okay, you made a mistake in this where you forgot the V. Okay, thank you, VG, and thank you again. Okay, thank you and cheers, VG. It's great to have you commenting. Yeah, thanks for all your comments and your long-term support. I'm a very lucky teacher to have you. Okay, hi Azgaming 2. So generous as usual with your explanations. I wish I had come across your channel a bit earlier. Good English. I wish I had come across. Yeah, that's great. I wish I'd come across you too as well earlier. So, Rizgar, well done and good night. I'm glad you like this system. So, Fernandez Gonzalez via Vicencio. I'm getting better with the via Vicencio. The way in which, you need an H here, the country is currently being governed. It's ludicrous to have... The way which the country is currently being governed is ludicrous to the core. I like that. Having a health minister who used to sell snake oil before being put in office. Yeah, if you've got a health minister who's selling quack cures and snake oil, that's absolutely ludicrous. This is a good example of ludicrous. Well done, Fernando. Okay, Mohammed. It's not necessary to be a witcher, okay, in order to know what's going to happen in the future. You might be a presentient who predicts things depending on the things that are running, depending on the things that are happening would be better in the current situation. My friend told me that there are many positions, vacancies, up for grabs in the company, to be up for grabs. That's good, that's great. Very often I heard it used, the proposition was up for grabs, or was up. But the preposition, okay, very often I've heard it, but the preposition was up. was up to grabs. I would say up for grabs, very definitely. Okay, to top up. I usually add a top up into my teacups, especially when I add too much tea in that way. In that way, I have to top up some water to water it down to make the tea less intense. So, I usually add a top up into my teacups. I would say my cups of tea, because a teacup is the cup, whereas a cup of tea is what you're talking about, especially when I add too much tea. So in that way I have to top up. I would probably add with. I have to top up with some water to water it down to make it less intense. So Soledad, wonderful video. Weep, blubber, sob, snivel. Yes, this is the one where I make all these crying noises. Yes, definitely. And okay, thank you again, Soledad a Governe. Okay, Mohammed, your efforts are not to be disparaged, downplayed. Okay, so to disparage is to criticize. It's terrible. To downplay is to make something less important than it should be. Oh yes, I've actually read this one already. This one's great. So, question. If a murder of crows is a flock of crows, and this is true, a murder is the collective word for a group of crows, what is a single crow? An attempted murder. That's a great joke. I love it, Jerem. Thank you. So, Mohammed, making mistakes at the expense of the concept that says everything blows over as time goes is not a good thing. Making mistakes at the expense of using the concept that says everything blows over as time goes on is not a good thing. So, Ronan, great to have you watching. Thank you. 105,000, not yet, but we're getting there. I think it's about 104,600 subscribers. So, Antonio Marina Vargas, another great video to regale. Would it be correct to say he was so hungry he ate a big snack to regale his stomach? That's great. Yes, very definitely. I like that one. It's a good example. Well done, Antonio. So, Kevin G. McAllister, thank you. It was helpful. I'm glad that you enjoyed the video. Okay, so more songs from Mohammed Ahmed. Okay, I will listen to this later. So thank you for sharing this one. It's 45 years old. That means it's from the 70s. Yeah, about more my age. Okay. I regaled this young lady. Yes, he regaled us with his childhood stories. Okay, what did you regale her with? Okay, so Mohammed, nice explanation lecture. Yeah, okay, this is a type of lecture, so I'm glad you like it. I'm going to keep making these for a while and see how it turns out. A litter of pups, so Maria Mikkanen, yes. A herd of kangaroos. A herd of kangaroo or a herd of kangaroos? That's a really interesting question. I think probably a herd of kangaroo without the S probably works as well. Yeah, I think more normally with the S, a pack of wolves. And Manna King. On my way to school, I met a prescient who was handing out her business cards. Good. I had a prescience, C-E. I had a prescience that team was going to win. His girlfriend's actions are very prescient. We all had a prescient feeling that he will pass the test. Yes. Okay, Andrea Montiel. I love how he says give it a rating instead of leave a like. Leave a like sounds very American to me. Definitely. Give it a rating. Farah. Okay, Zahra. I don't know. It's interesting. I have a prescient feeling that he will come to my office this week. Good English, a good example. He regaled us he regaled us with. He regaled us with wonderful foods. And there we go. I think that is all of them. So, if you've got a question, put it in the comment section and you will find my answer here. I will make another one of these this evening. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.